Hello everyone, thank you for tuning in to my SQL Server DBA Wizard channel. Today I'm going to discuss a data source issue with logon failures. A lot of times the error that gets generated when you click the test connection button in your data source is pretty generic. So you'll have to actually navigate to the log files on the reporting service and drill down to the error to get more details on the exact cause of the connection failure. In this case, we have a data source set up in reporting service using a Windows account and password to connect to our data source, to connect to our server. We verified that the Windows account is not locked nor disabled, and the password is correct. So we'll go ahead and replicate the logon failure, putting in the password and then clicking test connection. And there we have it. The error is logon failed. Ensure the username and password are correct, which it is. So we'll have to dig in deeper and open up the log files to get more details on the exact cause of this logon failure. A lot of times the reporting service log files are located locally on the C drive, if that's where you've installed the binaries on. So we'll go ahead and navigate there. Okay, then open up program files in Microsoft SQL Server, reporting services folder, and then log files. Since a lot of times that connection failure is the last event that occurred on the reporting service, what I like to do is sort the list of log files by date, modified date, by the modified date column in descending order, and just grabbing the very last or the very top file that shows up and double clicking on it. And that a lot of times that'll be the log file that you should be digging through. So what we'll want to do is open up the log file and then navigate to the very bottom to see if we can find that exact error. In this case, I was able to find the Windows account specified, and then if we read into the log file a little bit more, we'll be able to get more details on the error. So here we have it, logon failure. The user has not been granted the requested logon type at this computer, which means the server hosting the reporting service is blocking that specific Windows account from connecting to the server itself. So in order to resolve this issue, we'll have to remote into the server hosting reporting service and look into its local security policy. So I've already got the server up in RDP. So we'll go ahead and open up that server and navigate to in your server manager dashboard, go to tools, then local security policy, and it should be under the local policies folder, and then drill down to the user rights assignments. So what that error means is that the local security policy is blocking that specific Windows account from accessing the server itself. So you'll have to allow it to connect to the server hosting the reporting service. So to do that, we'll have to modify the allow logon locally local security policy on the server. Now, in our case, it's blocked by the workplace root policy, which is pretty common. So you'll have to reach out to your infrastructure team to add that specific Windows account to this local security policy. In this case, since this is a test server, we'll go ahead and bypass that and add the account to either the administrators group or the backup operators group. Since the account isn't really a backup operator, we'll go ahead and add it to the administrators group, which is the local admin group on the server hosting reporting service. So we'll close out of this, and we're done with the local security policy. So we'll go back to the tools menu again and open up the computer management console. And in there, we should see the administrators group under local users and groups. Double click on that and then click on groups. Then in the group list, we find the administrators group, and we'll manually add that Windows account to this group. Okay, so the user or the Windows account has been added. So let's go back to our data source and try that connection again. And now it works. Connection created.